So today we're going to test a theory. I woke up with a raging headache this morning, and I am curious about whether or not I can work that headache out right here doing a workout. I'm guessing you're not feeling well either. I'm not hearing from you, and usually that means you're not feeling well. So I hope you're feeling okay. And even if you're not feeling well, try to move your body a little bit, and try to drink a lot of water. So I'm going to start this off. I've been hydrating all morning in hopes that I can somehow flush this headache away. And so I'm going to drink some water. Here we go. Wow. Okay, I think I just drank like 6 ounces of water, maybe 7. I don't know. I'm going to try and finish the bottle in the next 10 minutes. So we'll see if I can do that. So I'm going to put that down. And I'm just going to start breathing. Now I'm going to reach to the right. Oh, that feels good. I'm going to reach to the left. And of course, that feels great too. Oh, and I can feel my body letting me go deeper the second time. And now, oh, my body let me go a lot deeper that time. Now I'm going to reset, wiggle my hips, and go to the left. Do you see how I get so much deeper? My body is already opening up. And now I'm going to reach around and windmill my arms a few times and breathe in. And then I'm going to windmill in the other direction and breathe out. And change directions and breathe in. And change directions and breathe out. Wow, that feels great. Now I am going to lean a little, wiggle a little, move my neck a little. My neck's not quite ready for the neck roll, but it kind of likes this. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay, the neck roll, here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, that's so lovely. Oh my goodness. And as I'm rolling my neck, my shoulders are telling me that they're mad at me. So I'm letting my shoulders down. Part of rolling my neck is often sort of a way to engage with my shoulders. I don't know where you put your stress, but for me, a lot of it is going right here, and it's going like this. And I need to just let go of all that. So let's just do this. This is actually feeling really good. I'm just gonna let go and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. I'm just letting go of some things. I don't even know what I'm letting go of, but it's going bye-bye. I can feel it going somewhere. And again, I think we talked yesterday about, the connection between the head and the body. And part of what I'm doing is just, and here I'm gently reaching, very gently. This is not cardio. I'm not lifting my knees up. I'm just transferring weight. Anyway, back to the head body. The mind is subconsciously talking to the body and offloading some of the stress of the day right directly into my shoulders. And I think some people put it into their spine, and some people put it into their lower back. And, we all put our daily stress in a different place in our bodies, but it definitely is going right into the body. It's like your mind is just flushing things into the body. And the body needs to say, you know what? I'm going to take that stuff that my head put into my muscles, and I'm going to flush it outward. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just getting rid of everything that isn't serving me right now. And what's not serving me is those tensed up shoulders. So think about what's not serving you and work on it. I don't know what part of your body today is not feeling optimal, but whatever that is, and maybe I'm doing this exercise and maybe you are doing a hip opener. And actually we can do a hip opener. I've got my radiator right here. I don't know if you can, I'm really kind of out of frame here. But that's all I've got for, well, I guess I could put my leg up here. Okay, so I've got my leg up and I'm opening my hips and it feels really great. Oh, and that's actually impacting my breathing as well. So I did have a little stress in my hips and I didn't even know it. Ooh. It actually, as I do this, the smile is automatic. My body is responding in real time to this good feeling that opening up my hips is giving me. Whew, it's so nice. Okay, here we go. Now I'm gonna do a balance pose. Balancing your body helps you balance your mind, I'm told, and it does seem to work. So I'm gonna put my leg up, and for you, if balance isn't your thing today, just use a chair to balance you. But try to put yourself in a pose that makes you feel centered. And I'm gonna close my eyes for a second. I'm just gonna hold. Actually, it's very hard to close my eyes. I need to hold my eyes on a point so that I can stay still. But I'm gonna stop talking and just breathe for a minute. Oh, that felt good. I'm gonna do the other side. I'm gonna use, oh, see, it's hard. Okay, there it is. I've got my balance pose, got my focus. And I'm gonna tell you a little story. I went to a lecture last night with a guy named Trevor Smith, who is a regenerative horticulturist. So regeneration is when the soil has already been depleted and you want to build that soil back up and then sustain it. So sustainability doesn't matter if you've already depleted your soil. So you rebuild your soil and then you maintain it. And he gave an analogy. He said it's like, you know, if you had a cold, you don't want to sustain having a cold. You want to not get worse, but you in fact want to get better. And then once you've found wellness, once you've achieved wellness, then sustainability is what you're looking for. And he said, we want to do this on a planet-wide scale. So we want to regenerate our soil, build our soil back up, and then find stability there. He said, Mother Nature knows what to do with the soil, but you've got to help her a little bit because we've been depleting and depleting and depleting. It's time to build back up. And I thought that was a really nice analogy for how we use our bodies. We deplete and we deplete and we deplete. We go, we work, we think, we stress. And if you don't give back to your body, and it's not just the nutrients we take in, it's not just what we eat, because eating is never enough. You have to drink a ton of water, you have to exercise every day, you have to rebuild in a lot of different ways. Partly just breathing and smiling. That is part of how we replenish. Hang on, I'm gonna drink some water. So anyway, this lecture, it gave me a lot to think about. And the other thing I loved about this lecture is he talked a lot about beauty. And he said, you know, what brings me to the garden again and again and again is that I am experiencing a moment that no other human has ever or will ever experience. And he started with this picture of a leaf, a red leaf in a field of grass, and everything had frost on it. And he said, no two ice crystals are the same. All of these are different. And he said, when the sun came up, everything melted. So the moment was ephemeral, and I was the only human to experience it, even though it was ravishingly beautiful. And he said, I see things like this every day because I'm looking for them. And he said, it keeps me coming back. And the way he talked really reminded me of how I think about my interactions with nature, how It is such a pleasure to spend time in nature and such a pleasure to enjoy all that nature has to give to me and how fresh it is every day. I'm gonna do a little more leaning. And then the last thing, I mean, he said many things, but the last thing I'm gonna mention here is he talked about, and I've never heard this before, but he talked about grounding wires and how, when we're grounding something, it's so that that electrical charge has somewhere to go. And he said, if you are having a bad day, take off your shoes. And of course, this is probably a 3-season proposition, but he said, take off your shoes and just stand on the ground outside, on your lawn or in the woods, barefoot. Because he said humans are positively charged. And he said the ground, are we positive? Anyway, we're charged a little differently from the earth somehow. I've got to look this up because I'm not clear on the science. But he said, if you stand on the ground barefoot, you are going to recharge. You're going to change your charge and you are going to be renewed. And he said it works. And so I'm going to try it. I probably will try it today. It's really still very cold outside, but I'm going to try it anyway and just see what happens. And I'm going to look up the science on that and learn more about whether or not there's something there. Even if it's the placebo effect, though, who cares? I love the placebo effect, And if 30% of the time something's going to work just because of placebo, I'll take it, right? Speaking of which, my headache is still there, but it's much less intense. It feels like it's receding. And I mean, this headache was all consuming. It's been a tough morning because of this headache. And now I feel better. I feel more joyful. I feel actually quite emotional this morning. So I don't know what's going on, but either the exercise is working, the water is working, the breathing is working, something is working. I feel much, much, much better. So hopefully you're here with me. Hopefully you're doing this very gentle workout. And hopefully if you're not feeling good, maybe you're feeling a little bit better or taking steps toward feeling a little better. But if you're feeling great, there are lots of workouts for you in which I make you work really, really hard. So do one of those. And hopefully by this afternoon, I'm going to be ready to work really, really hard. But sometimes you don't have it in you. All you have is this. All you have is this ability to stretch and breathe and drink water. And that is enough. Love you, Mom.